REMY Hour live. I'm with
Avery.
I'm with
Urban Annie.
I'm with
Jessie started.
And we also got some special guests in the back. Say your names, please.
Axel.
Austin.
Gerald.
The OG in the building. You already know what it is. And it is your host, Mr. Joel, aka JMaroon, aka It Does Not Make a Difference, because we are live and ready and set to go. Again, disclaimer for all of you guys. This is a live show. You are going to hear some noises. People walking. You might hear a dog or two. You may even hear some skateboards screeching across the concrete. Let it go. It is a live show. Alright, so first things first, we are happy to have you guys here with us again today. This is Friday the No One Cares. It is COVID timeline, and we are just counting the days as they come. So I am happy to have with us a special guest. He is a chef extraordinaire. This man has not made me a plate of food yet, but I do trust that his food is on point when he does it for others. Again, I just put that disclaimer there, so when the end of the show comes, we might get maybe a biscuit. We'll never know. He said he's a baker. I have with me Mr. Jessie! Thank you. And guys,
Stop it.
yes, what's up? So he's gonna be our special guest today, and we're gonna focus on the idea of culinary. I was gonna say culinary arts, but really, I'm just talking about the culinary culture in Toronto. Again, we are living through a time where it's unprecedented. We are now finding ways of getting our foods. We're now, again, with our health episode, we talked about special diets and dietary needs and what we got to do to stay healthy. Now we have a man who actually not only understands that, but will hopefully take us through to the promised land of health and goodness. So I'm excited today. And mainly because, again, we want to really focus on the people who have access. Again, a lot of us don't have money. So we want to figure out, is there a food bank? Are there areas I got to check out? For those of you who do have the money, King Street, I'm talking to you. Queen Street, you done know Adelaide, it was already there. You guys have the money. Where do you shop? What local shops are open? Which restaurants to check? I'm in Kensington, I'm staring at the empanada, and my belly is growling. And I just want to focus on the food and the culture because we are in need to support our local people here. So without further ado, I got the ones, the twos, the threes. Let's get it. How you guys feeling though? How's everyone? How's your week been?
I feel as if I have had a wild week. It's been ups and downs.
Yep.
More downs than ups.
Okay.
But as we get into the weekend, I think we're going to flip that around. I was looking on the news and I saw a lot of interesting things happening around restaurants in Toronto. Specifically a restaurant called 10. Is there anything that you know about like the tipping and how that's going to be changing?
Well, this is interesting. I did not hear about 10. The only one I heard about, which was I think a week or two ago, was Richmond Station.
Okay.
And it's not like this has not been done before. Like people have tried to do this before. I know there's other restaurants trying to do it now, and they're trying to get rid of tipping. And it's a great idea, and it could work. Government officials have said, I don't think you're going to be able to do this because it's been so well established. But the thing is that, so if you're getting rid of tipping, you're completely changing the game. So that means wages have to be higher because a bartender's not going to do the job they have to do for below minimum wage because that's what servers get paid. Is they don't get the actual minimum wage. They get lower than the minimum wage. I believe it's about $12 an hour. So they rely heavily on tips, and also they rely on tips because tips are taxed the way they want. You have to claim certain things, and people do certain things. I'm not going to get into that.
Okay.
But the thing is that you have to raise your food costs. You have to raise how much you're going to be charging your items for. It completely changes that, and to have the kind of staff that you have with a lot of people, you can't pay 5 bartenders $30 an hour while selling the dishes you're selling to the amount of customers you're getting, especially in this time.
Somebody's getting cut.
Someone's getting, half the staff is getting cut. Like, let's put it this way, like Richmond Station definitely didn't hire back all their staff. They're probably, the statistics right now is that restaurants are hiring about 50 to 60% of their staff when they're big restaurants.
Oh, jeez. 50
to 60. So there's 50 to 60% of the hospitality and 40 to 50% of the hospitality industry isn't working right now.
Yeah.
A crazy thing that happened yesterday that I found out about is I used to work at the Broadview Hotel.
Okay.
The Broadview Hotel, so they're about to open up soon.
Gotcha.
Because they've got amazing patio spaces. I used to work there. It's this beautiful building. It used to be Jilly's, which was a dirty strip club, and
wow.
basically
Disrespect the institution of
it's gone for a reason.
For a while.
But they spent millions of dollars rebuilding this, and I got to be there when I was just starting about 3 years ago, and I know people who still work there from the beginning, and now I found out that everyone got laid off.
Yeah.
But now they're thinking of permanently laying them off. They're terminating them.
Oh, smart.
So they want to start fresh.
Okay.
Like, not everyone, but I think a majority of the staff. So right now, I would have been there, but what's happening right now is they're outside protesting their own business to get the managers here that this is not okay. We have given you our time, our sweat, our blood, our tears, and you are just throwing us away like we are just like yesterday's trash.
Especially not now.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. It's like, how could you do us right now when we're the serve's done? You're not getting any help. Like, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, especially when 50 to 60% hospitality workers can't go back to work. There's people can't get a job right now.
Yeah.
So what are they supposed to? So yeah, I would be there right now if I wouldn't. So I'm giving a shout out. Broadview Hotel, Streetcar. You guys are not doing the right things. You are letting your team down.
Come on,
These
Bobby.
people had to unionize,
Hey.
which it doesn't happen a lot, to get the respect they deserve, and now you just want to throw them away?
Oh,
That's
dude.
not okay.
So how does that work though? Not to cut, sorry, but in terms of the idea of
Well, it's their business. They can do whatever they want.
Okay.
It's just about the respect and kind of the integrity of it, where it's like, do you have no respect? Do you have no integrity?
Yeah.
How dare you do this to people who have shown day in, day out? Like, I only was there for 8 months. So
Yeah.
It's like, I couldn't do it. That place was a bit of a disaster when it first opened. And
Yeah.
a lot of chefs and servers can attest to that. I'm not speaking anything ill. It's just what it was.
So you had like early intuition.
Oh man,
just told you.
they opened up the rooftop patio without being prepared with the tiniest kitchen I ever worked in, and you could fit 200 people up there. And it's just
Wow.
like order,
that was
order,
already-
order, and you're just like, I don't know what to do.
And being in hospitality is definitely like a hard job.
It's not for everyone.
Having to deal with people with different personalities day in, day out. Is this person in a good mood today? Is this
Yeah.
person in a bad mood today?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like taking away tips on top of that, it's like, I'm sorry, tips it's an incentive for me to want.
It's not an incentive, it's the salary.
It's the salary.
It's the
But
salary.
it helps.
It
No,
is-
it
it
definitely
is-
helps. It's like a buffer.
It's
for
like
people.
80% of their pay.
For a lot of them, if they weren't making
So
those
on
tips,
the
they would not be
survey-
doing it.
No,
No, it's true.
absolutely not.
That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So how does that work? So in regards to tips, because I'm not too
Well,
well
you're
versed.
talking to a guy who's back of house, so back of
right.
house does not get
That's
that much
right.
tips. So I might be wrong. Maybe it's less than 80%. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm over exaggerating.
Yeah.
But it's a very big chunk of the money that they make. And don't get me wrong, I love all the front house. Most front house people are usually my friends when I work at restaurants.
Yeah.
Because they're all usually artists or dramatic people, where it's the background that I come from as well.
Hey, would you like a piece? I got you.
But
I got
like
you.
I couldn't do what they could do because if I was in front of the house and someone was being snippety with me, I'd be like,
Yeah, you push back.
I would push back and
Yeah.
I'd be fired. And
Yeah,
they would
you
be like,
definitely
why did you say that to that person? And I was like, because they were being that way.
Yeah.
I had to let them know. And they're like, hey, you can't do that. I'm like, my apologies.
He takes the anger out on
Yes.
the dough, guys, on that flour.
So I get to stay in the back and I get to cuss and I get to do whatever I want. Not whatever I want. I get my job done. I put my head down. I get my work done. And I've been doing that for 7 years.
No doubt.
So you
How does
get tips.
It depends on the restaurant. Sometimes it's 5% of food sales, sometimes it's 10% of food sales, sometimes it's done differently. It's up to the owner's discretion.
Yeah.
But like I'll tell you, I've never made more than $100 in tips every 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not a lot.
Yeah.
And depending on your position and how many hours you work, depends on how much you get as well. There's a hierarchy.
And it's
Seniority works as well. If you're a manager or whatever, like you get a different cut of the pie.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes.
So a lot of times there's like arguments against all cash any transactions just for the fact that it can create inequity. People can dip in a little bit more than others,
Absolutely.
and I can see that being part of the reason why they would want to
Yeah.
mix tipping and include it into the price.
That's another very good point because there's also businesses where they are like the owners take a percentage of the tips, which is technically illegal.
Okay.
Wow.
They're not allowed to. Like, so sometimes they won't get their like those. You know, if you're or some restaurants will pool tips.
Yeah.
So if you're hustling your butt out there and you're charming everyone and you're doing all the right things to make all the money, and then there's one person who's dragging their own responsibilities, and like, you know, you have to be. I always say you have to be a masochist to be a chef.
Yeah.
Because I hurt myself every single
Okay.
day. Like, I burnt myself today. It's okay. It's not that big.
Okay.
Yeah.
So explore with us a little bit on the ideas of food and culture in Toronto.
Okay.
You mentioned some great spots.
Yeah, I did. So there's So
one second. I got more questions still.
Okay.
Please, sir.
Yes.
I want to ask this question, and it was kind of before I forget, because it was off the topic of when you mentioned, you know, cooking and everything, and even just the idea of the heat, the vent coming down, whatnot. So this morning, I was looking through my computers, and I came across an article that said that COVID-19 or traces of Corona were found in the sealed packages of chicken wings and shrimp. Where is your food coming from, sir? Can you describe? So, hey, I'm just saying. So what they're saying is that it's actually, the sealed food you usually get from No Frills or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, no shop there. Let's tell the truth. We're all at Fresh Go, so we.
I can't release who our suppliers are.
Gotcha.
Confidential.
So you guys are private suppliers?
But it's local.
Okay.
It's all local. They're all private. They all work. One of them actually works in
Ooh.
Yeah. So we get from most of the restaurant industry.
Secret discount.
You think there's all these different places to get from.
Yeah.
But most of the restaurant industry get from the same places. It's the ones that have the good deal. It's like you get the good deal or you get the high quality. Right now, it's tough times. We're not going to be able to afford the highest quality.
Yeah.
For instance, there's this butcher shop called Bespoke Butchers. I've just been turned on them recently. All their stuff is local. Their stuff is fantastic, and that's the thing where I wanted to get on. Is with COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but in the first month, between March and April, 10% of all restaurants closed. So if you found a, if you 10% is
It's a lot.
There's a lot of restaurants.
But out of
So
like
closed for
Yeah, so how much
they
are they
didn't
saying?
close, they didn't close their doors like everyone closed.
yeah.
They're done.
But they're done.
They will use, so if you found a sandwich in this restaurant one time that you don't remember and you want, I'm gonna Google this, you can't find it. It's gone. That great sandwich you had is no longer gone, because who knows, these people probably have PTSD from this experience. Being like all distressed, because in this, when this happened, it was either adapt or die.
Yeah.
You swim or you drown.
Yeah.
And a lot of people drowned, and it's really unfortunate because there were a lot of good places, and I think a lot of people can relate to this where they're like, you go to that store, I think you guys were talking about this last week.
Yeah.
You know, there were some shops that I used to get the stuff out that I can't get it at anymore because it's closed.
Yeah.
And I was saying the same thing last week where it's like it's so unfortunate that they all got closed and that they closed and then weren't able to open. There was such a short,
Well, the government,
seemingly short period between when they reopened. It's like, why are they not ready for support now?
because the government was not prepared for
They weren't
this.
prepared.
And so the things that there's this guy named Jonathan Onkley, and he's an amazing business owner. I actually work for him. He was the executive chef at the Broadview Hotel where I work.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't work there anymore. So there's another point to the Broadview.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he owns 4 different locations plus a catering company. It's Scari in Oteca, which is located east on Queen. He's got Scari at King Street. These are authentic Italian cuisine. They make everything in-house. Their tomato sauce, their pasta, everything.
Oh my God.
You want to go
Sounds
for
so
a good
good.
dining, and they do such cool deals, and that's the big thing that happened in COVID. So all these restaurants doing really cool things to attract new followers and be like, and make ridiculous deals where it's like, you know, Alouette, which is one of the best restaurants in Toronto,
Owlets
was bringing
from PJ Masks.
out, they were like, you can get a 3-course meal for $30.
Oh,
Their
that's
food
crazy.
goes in the hundreds.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Companies, my upsetedness or whatever, my anger.
You're upset.
It's a word, you get it.
It's
Shakespeare did it.
I'm just so angry with the fact that like there's so many places that were able to like discount everything,
Yeah.
like bring the prices all the way down.
Yeah.
Why can't we live in an economy like that all the time?
Yeah.
But then it could,
Yeah.
if your prices are cheaper, more people are gonna buy from you. So you're
Of course, but then you're not. But then the
automatically
profit margins don't work, and you're not going. No, you're not going to make more money because if you're buying something for this much, so if I buy something for $80 and then I sell it for $70, I'm only making $10.
Yes.
That's not a lot of money.
not a lot. So don't buy it for $70. Buy it
You don't have a choice. That's the way the government sets it.
Well,
The government
I'm
sets.
just throwing
So
it.
for alcohol,
She's
for
upset in this. Did you not hear?
right now,
Serious.
businesses buy alcohol for the same price that you buy alcohol.
Yeah.
wow.
What?
So they're working. I
Finally.
talked to Johnson Aubie about it, and they're working to get a 20% discount on booze, just so they can make some more money.
Yeah.
Make it a law. And another thing is they want it. You know how you can go to any restaurant now and buy booze and take it?
Yeah.
That's not a permanent thing. They did that for COVID.
It's a test.
That needs to be permanent.
They need to make more.
Yeah.
They need to
Yeah.
make more money. They need to make it available. You shouldn't have to go to the LCBO to get booze.
No.
And you can't find everything at the LCBO either. Like, I'm a big fan of like craft brewers, and I
Yeah.
highly recommend to everyone, go to your local craft brewers. Toronto is huge for that scene.
Yeah.
My buddies, Long Slice Brewery, they got their own brewery at Avery Brew Pub, which is located at Cherry and Front Street. And if you can get a few of their beers, I think just 2 of them, maybe 3 or 4, depending on the location of LCBO.
Yeah.
Go to their place. They've got 5, 6 beers. Like
That's
really great local. These are local guys. They were literally born on the island. Jimmy and John Pete.
Yeah.
2 brothers. One of them studied microbiology. He's a goddamn genius. Made the beer. Jimmy also made the beer. They're award-winning Ontario craft brewers. Sebastian Lesh is their marketing executive and a partner in the business, as well as Andrew Kaiser, who owns the Avery Brew Pub with them, as well as the Emmett Ray, which is one of the best known, if you know jazz spots in the city.
Yeah.
Where they also are the best known whiskey bar
Right.
in the city in Dundas West. Sorry, College West. They're located at College in Dovercourt, which is between Dovercourt and Ossington. And it also has the Doc Ellis, which is one of the best sports bars. And he's got, that's it.
Yeah.
And so, and they're all, I talked to all these guys this week and I was like, what's it been like? What's these last 5 months been for you?
Yeah.
Hectic.
Okay.
Hectic is a
More
small.
business.
And every single one of them, I asked them, it was like, for you, was it like, did you panic at first or did you adapt? And every single one person I asked, like, no, I adapted. I have to keep my business alive. I need a job. I need jobs for my employees.
Yeah.
All the biggest thing I heard from John Sinopoli was like, and he did this on a different podcast called The Big Story, and he said, like, I had to put my employees on EI. I've never had to do that before. I never thought we'd come to this.
Yeah.
The day I found out and I got an email from my boss saying we're closed on March 15th, I audibly yelled, fuck. Like, I am unemployed I've been unemployed before, but I usually find a job really quick in this industry. And it's like, I can't do anything. What am I gonna do? I guess
How did they adjust during COVID?
So some places stayed open, like the La Phoenix, which used to be Chanticleer, but unfortunately they had an electrical fire and burnt down.
Oh, wow.
But they established this, I think at the end of last year they established La Phoenix, and it's a great place. They stayed open.
Yeah.
They did Uber Eats. They went on to Uber Eats. Uber
Yeah.
Eats has done great. All the things, and they also, you have a good following. People are gonna come out and order takeout.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's sanitizer, you do all the accommodating things to make them feel as comfortable as possible, and you take all the extra precautions so you know you're not going to hurt anyone, because that's the last thing a hospitality worker wants to do,
No doubt.
is find out they killed someone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's true. That's the last thing
That's
anybody
like literally
wants.
the last.
You're like, oh, that fish
It was
you
a
had?
great last meal.
It was, I thought the fish was a little too fishy, but I thought that was the point.
You offered 4.5. Man, oh man.
So yeah, a lot of places stayed open, and the big
Yeah.
thing was like, once things started to settle down and the government started about rolling stuff open,
They said
I got the call.
Well, it was more retail though, right? Would you do more
Yeah,
retail
that's
local?
so they were selling alcohol.
Yeah.
Some people were selling food. Some people, Andrew Kaiser was doing these amazing things where he was doing live music off of Facebook.
Stop that.
Live music shows, and you could go
No.
and order food from him.
Yeah.
He would come deliver it personally.
Wow.
And beer if you want, because he's with Long Slice Brewery, and they've got their own, and they were delivering beer the whole time. That's how
Guys, get your smart serve. I think that's one big lesson Jessie hasn't told us. Get your smart serve up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, we gonna need to make some beers ourselves.
That's they
Not
can
about craft brew.
like craft brewing scene has been big for a long time in Toronto.
Yeah.
Long, like these guys grew up, their dad used to make craft. That's how they got into it. Their
It's
dad
crazy.
would make it in the garage. And they're just so good at what they do.
See,
like
that's one-
Avery's had one of the, you had one of
Just
the
to
beers.
touch on to beers, like the price of them, I feel as if the prices could be lowered
Yeah.
if certain things were done by the
It's the
LCBO.
profit. It's the
Like
profit margin.
profits
That's because the LCBO
love.
sets the standard.
And but they also
of
set
course.
the standard for their stores. You
Yeah.
walk downtown, they have this big, beautiful glass space that's
Yeah,
fully
yeah.
AC
Yeah.
with regular pamphlets, these beautiful displays.
Yeah.
They have a walk-in
That's hilarious.
fridge.
Yeah.
That's great.
A walk-in fridge.
But you know, like whiskey
Yeah.
from the States, like a case of it, and you
Yeah.
want to sell it at your bar, can't do it.
Wow.
Unless it's been approved by the LCBO.
LCBO, stop this madness, bro.
It's fair. That
Is
makes sense.
is it fair?
It's fair, but it's not.
But there should be a process at least for you to be able to take that whiskey to
Okay.
the
I've got a French guy.
fill out a
I was
form
about
and
to
then
say, our friend right here.
Yeah,
So,
I've got
you're
a
right, but
yeah.
they probably charge you $30 for that form
That's
and
the
doing
thing.
it.
You gotta go.
Right?
You gotta jump through a
Levels
lot
of
of hoops.
And I feel as if you're right.
And we can
LCBO
go
has
down
been-
to New York and buy something at 7-Eleven.
Right?
You know what I mean?
So,
Like,
some
some
local
lost-
corner stores have
Why do you think people
extensive
drive to Buffalo
collections
all
of
the time?
whiskey.
Right? Yeah.
Everybody's like, I'm going to Buffalo.
It's so
I'm getting,
true.
I'm getting what's the cookie crisp
So
and
yeah.
all this shit that we
just to
don't
make sure I
have.
understand, like I can go across the border, get a bottle of whiskey for myself,
Yeah.
but I can't sell that.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely
Oh.
not.
on your establishment.
Gotcha.
It's the same thing like, you know, you can gamble in your house, but it's
Gotcha.
illegal if you actually use money and someone catches you doing it if you don't have a gambling license.
Yeah, the difference is at least eventually the
Yeah, it's illegal.
LCBO is like a forever
You
thing.
need to work, you
Yeah.
need to, yeah, so you
My overnight
It's
is
okay.
on the
That's
first.
nobody
I'm
knows.
good on that. I'm good on that.
No one knows these things.
Oh
they
my
just
God.
run upon you with
Well, nobody's gonna book someone for being like, you had a
How do we
poker
know?
game that night, like.
So how do we announce it? 'Cause we gotta
Oh,
bring you in for
so this is Axel.
So guys,
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Axel in the
So
building!
he's from France, and me and him love to talk about how ridiculous the cheese laws are.
Yeah.
You can get arrested for
first
bringing
time I
cheese.
arrived, I was like, alright, let's go in the first grocery I found to buy some beer.
Yeah.
Where are the beers? No, sorry, only free alcohol beer. Where can I find some? We go to the LCBO. So then I figured out why LCBO and everything. So
Yeah.
they told me because of the history in Canada and the alcoholism and everything, this is why they created it. But I'm like, regarding
It's-
to France, it's so different.
Yeah, because we illegally sold it during the prohibition.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But you know, even in France, like, bro, you can pick up a bottle of gin for like $6, man.
Not even that. I'm
I
talking
could
about.
be an alcoholic
It's true.
for so cheap.
Everywhere else
It's
in Europe.
almost ridiculous,
Just
right?
true.
Here you gotta make like a life investment.
Yeah.
Like in France, we have like the area alcohol, you know, the an alcohol that you're gonna find
Yes.
in one area,
Yes.
and it's gonna be selling all the grocery in this area, but you won't find it in another.
Another area,
It's
no.
the same everywhere.
And but the
It's
thing we want
ridiculous,
to talk
bro.
about food is why I was giving a nod to Axel. Because
Yeah.
me and him talk about the cheese because we do a thing called pasteurization.
Yeah.
Which is where we essentially boil the milk at a
That's very
certain
nasty,
temperature
I'm just
to
kidding.
get rid of
It's
all the
really cheap.
bacteria. Over
Gotcha.
there, they do whole milk, they do everything.
I know,
That's where
I
the
know.
richness comes from. It is illegal for Axel
And listen,
to
if
bring
cheese
me
from
good
France-
cheese from
If
his
you look
town.
at Axel right now, you know I'm not into men like that. But I'm just saying the boy's fit.
So
And this
I-
guy has bread on alcohol, on gin, on whatever. And look at him, bro. You look at him right now, you would
You're right.
never guess.
He's in great shape.
Never guess.
Look what all this pasteurized cheese has
That's
done to
what
my body.
happens when you eat
Same
cheese.
example.
No, you always have an excuse as a chef. You'll always get to say I'm glutton.
Yeah.
Same example.
I'm a glutton for brother.
But I'm always surprised.
You all
Yeah,
know
it's
the
closer
the
to
foie
the
gras,
steak.
foie gras, the
Yeah.
foie gras from the duck.
Yeah.
One of my, it's from my area in France. One
Yeah.
of my friends brought it in his luggage in Canada.
Yeah.
Just for it in the airport. Why? Because you don't have what's inside and you don't have like how they do it and everything.
It has to
Because
be
they
a
can't
great
pause it.
pasteurization.
You know what I mean? And they had to throw it. It's
Yeah.
worth like here it was
So
$200.
people, yeah, and in North America, people
Oh.
still sell,
Oh,
people sell whole milk.
yeah.
It's a huge thing. People are scared they're gonna kill their babies over it, stuff like that. Like, but like people sell it and people buy it, and it's
Yeah.
illegal.
I mean, if we
It's
keep
100%
and you
illegal.
know what's going on inside the place. Anyway, if someone sells milk to me, I don't know what's going on in their factory. So I think at the end of the day,
But imagine,
like some man could have just been, you know, and I would never. I'm just saying. I remember there was an urban legend,
Nasty.
and that destroyed my chocolate.
Yeah, there's like so much mucus. There's like
Yeah.
a certain amount of mucus that they can legally keep inside of the
Oh!
and Axel's smiling like that's the
Oh my goodness.
So as humans, like there's only a certain time period where we should be drinking milk.
We're the
Yeah.
only animal that eats another animal's
Exactly.
milk.
Why are
Guys,
we
we both
drinking
actually
other
get turns
animals'
on.
milk? It's so
Yo, you can give
I
a
love
one on
my
that.
Cheerios. I love milk.
No.
I love
I'm not a big milk guy. I like
Yeah.
using it to make other things.
I love my cheese.
Yeah.
I love all dairy products.
Every milk.
Y'all learned
all
something.
the milks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we know pasteurized and mucus is the key.
It's the same.
We did not know that. Mucus is the
When
key.
they boil it and warm it up and get rid of all of the germs
Yeah.
if they're leaving the mucus in there. It's not fat, it's
Mucus.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you know though, there are people who would buy $100 to eat a cockroach on some chocolate, sticks. So let's.
Well, on that note, I think it would be good to
I'm
talk.
just saying, we all have our vices. I'm sorry.
I think
Milk is a vice.
I think we've dug this mucus hole enough.
It's true. It's because we have international
if
building.
you're eating right now, I apologize.
Because France has spoken and we're listening. They have spoken, Axel.
But yeah.
We're sorry. Guys, we get silly sometimes. We can't help it. It's a fun show. It's a fun show.
That's a petition I would sign.
Yeah. Axel got us excited.
Yeah, he did.
But to bring us back on course, yes.
Yeah, so you mentioned vegans to go in a different direction and segue there. So one of my favorite spots, I'm a Dundas West kid. I always have been drawn there. I didn't grow up there.
Oh, nice.
But like, I love it there.
Yeah.
I've worked there tons. And one of my favorite spots is this place called E.L. Ruddy.
E.L. Ruddy.
And they do the best vegan vegetarian burrito I've ever had. Like the best burrito I've ever had.
Don't say that.
It's the owner who does it. She runs the place. She works the front. She does everything. She cooks the food.
That's crazy.
And you know she can't hire anyone right now besides her bartenders to run. It's a small joint.
A small space.
And they've got more space on the road now than they ever did inside. It's amazing.
So cool.
And it's such a lovely, homey, like neighbor, and her name's Helena, and she's a beautiful person, and she sells hummus wraps and makes her own guac, and it's just like very like healthy, like, beautiful fucking. Where you're like, I know this wasn't in a can.
This now
you taste it, and you're like, this was not in a can. You put love in this. Yeah. This is, and every now and again, I'm like, I need a burrito. I need it now. So yeah, hit up E.L. Ruddy, best burrito in town, I guarantee it. And if you're a vegetarian vegan, you're gonna love it because they have all the tofus, all the Satins, all the stuff you love, done in a marinade and put in a salad or Caesar salad. Vegan Caesar salad, I don't even know how you do that, but I'm a chef. The sardines is what makes the Caesar dressing.
That's a huge review.
What's in there?
Yeah.
It's gotta be some vinegary something.
Right.
But yeah, so like we've got that, and then the cool thing is, I think I was talking about John Sinopoly before, with how the restaurant industry has been trying to survive this to get, because right now they got wage subsidies, so they can bring down their staff.
Oh,
so
sorry.
They got 75.
I'm like, what is that? I work, but I've never seen.
No, that's good.
What is a T4?
So I don't have to explain it because I'm not an accountant.
How can I do it?
Because I'm not an accountant. My dad is. It's a Jewish.
Oh my goodness.
But
well, that we might have to put aside episode 4. How do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess that. Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna come on for that one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come on for that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to put out a hashtag. Where's Jesse's dad?
Yeah.
And get this on the road because we would all love to know this.
Not on social media.
All right. So there's gonna be private classes for that. Just add the man up and ask for his number.
He would hate that.
I'm sure he's gonna love it. The money he makes from this.
I will work as his ventriloquist dummy.
That's hilarious, man.
But yeah, so SaveHospitality.ca
Yeah.
is this coalition that John Sinopoly and his partner Eric, I can't remember his last name,
Oh,
but they are owners of all those businesses I was talking about, and they started this coalition that has over 82,000 people,
Oh, wow.
myself included, because my boss is part of the coalition, which means all his staff are part of the coalition.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So all these businesses, you can find it online, SaveHospitality.ca, and see, they set a whole mandate, and their mandate was, before March, we need to ensure EI ASAP for our employees. We need to ensure EI covers the cost of living. We need a lease collection of property taxes. We need a government directive for additional rent or pausing for April 1st. We need to claim insurance. We need abatement of loans. We need to suspend taxes, HST and EHT. Waive WSIB payments, which is the waste saving. And we need to lower credit rates for business. Some of those things got done. And some people I know weren't part of this coalition and didn't know about this coalition and did that themselves. Thank you so much for doing that. Because if it wasn't for you, I'd be at home still being like, what do I do?
Wow.
What am I supposed to do?
So yo, shout out for real.
So every single person who's been sweating and calling their MPs and emailing their MPs and pulling their hair out to like
any paperwork from the government.
It's well, when I was going through my PI, in one day because I couldn't, I messed up the website and they're like, you're locked out because you did something wrong. And I'm like, oh,
But I hear you. I just
I had to call
TurboTax.
360 times.
What?
360 times because they're like,
First of all,
when
you
I
count it?
I swear to God, if you go this, yeah, it's on my phone. It says 360.
Oh my
Because you
goodness.
go and they're like, sorry, the line is busy. You'll have to try again another time.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, the line is busy. You'll have to try again another time. And then finally you hear a ring, but you accidentally get a call from someone and you're like, no. Okay, guess I'm calling again. Then you finally get through to the call waiting, the music, which is the same 5 tones over and over again, for 3 hours.
This sounds like a Canadian response. It does. We can't get back to
So then finally I get through to this super nice Canadian woman.
Yeah.
She had the most Canadian accent I've
She
ever
has to be
heard.
there. She has to sound
Oh, and her let's call her Cheryl, and she'll be like, oh hey, my name's Cheryl. How you doing today?
Wow, that's actually on point.
And I'm like, and I have to suddenly be the calmest, nicest person ever because I don't want her to hang out with me.
Yeah, she
I'm
does.
like, Cheryl, I'm a little frustrated. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need some help. Well, how can I help you today? Oh, Cheryl, I did this. Well, I'm gonna put you on hold for a couple of minutes, and I'll get this sorted out. Cheryl, I've been on hold for 3 hours. I would love to change your music.
Aw.
Like, and she got me all sorted out, and it was great. And I got money from the government, which is an amazing thing that not every country got. Or if they did,
you know
it was
what?
not
We're very grateful for that.
nearly
Yeah,
as
man.
much as we
Yeah,
got.
man. We are.
Not nearly. I have a friend in Lithuania, and they're like, we got like 200 bucks.
Yeah.
Me.
Can I actually ask a question in regards to that too?
Yeah.
Actually, shout out to Cheryl, wherever you are, from home.
Thank you, Cheryl.
You have to be. My question is actually regarding that too. So, I mean, we talk about surf checks and all that stuff, and I know that's not related necessarily to today, but I was wondering how, when you mentioned the 10% of business is closing up, because Ford had obviously given, well, Ford or Trudeau, who knows
They
the chain
gave
of
nothing to
command.
the restaurants.
Okay, so that's what I
That
wanted
was
to
your
figure out.
question? Oh yeah, so that was the whole point of this, is they had nothing set up to help the restaurants.
At
That's why
all.
they have this mandate where it's like, help us get these loans. They even set up after that,
Wow.
they're like, we need a stimulus package that we get loans through banks with the shirts. They had it all laid out.
Yeah.
It was like a perfect legal document that you can find online on the safehospitality.ca
That's
site,
crazy, man.
where they're like, this is how you can do it.
Yeah.
We can come up with these ways through banks to get loans to cover us until we get to a safe point where we can pay you back. So
Yeah.
we don't die. So these institutions don't die. So what's amazing about Toronto, one of the amazing things, which is our food industry, doesn't die. Because I swear to God, if I see another Popeye's chicken
I'm gonna
showing up
lose my
on top of another thing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna not set
what's
fire,
funny?
but I'm gonna think about it.
They're saying Popeyes near you.
Popeyes is
Government's getting closed up.
everybody likes fast food. It's fast food for a reason.
But I feel like Toronto, we didn't have that much fast food.
Yeah.
No,
There's a
but
Chick-fil-A or
because
Right?
they're big conglomerates, they're big
Yeah.
companies. They've got the money, they can come in. They're in the
Keep them
States.
south below the border.
Yeah, well,
Although again, COVID took care of a lot of that, I think. I mean, I think the lack of stores. Unfortunately, there wasn't pizza.
they never saw. They never got the money.
Bro, you would see
But
people
these
run their
independent-
e-bikes in there like, and just come right up.
All the Uber Eats
I was
guys.
amazed, yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day we
I
could
never
drive
seen-
right in and drive right out. That was like,
Oh
my God, yeah.
One of my buddies just parked his bike inside.
like 1960s
Parked his
reverse.
bike inside here.
Yeah.
I was like,
Bro, e-bike though. You've seen those funky things,
are
like,
you talking about the bicycles that have like
no, like the
actual-
e-fat bike. Like the one that looks like a motorcycle, like Aspadino,
Okay,
you
that's
see like
pretty
pure water.
fucking
You know what I mean? And you thinking it's just the carriers, but bro, it's like
Put it on the bike, I
across
gotta go.
street. Yeah.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Me up with a double down.
Yeah.
But like,
Me too. Like, yo,
That's
so
right.
you gotta maneuver.
So this is-
Yeah.
this is
Sorry, we're excited when we talk about things.
Yeah, so Popeyes, I'm not about it. And fast food, I'm not about it. 'Cause
There are
you know,
days.
There's so many better
Choices, yeah.
chickens you can get.
COVID
in
helped that.
Kensington Market,
Yeah.
We're right here, and the food here, most of the places, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have still be open if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a huge tourist place, but what is it?
But
Well,
it
Axel's there
is a
on a
tourist
visa,
spot.
but like,
We're gonna pray for Axel to get back home safe.
Yeah.
I don't know when he's going. These guys been at that same couch for the past
Well,
3 months.
think about, so it's these independent,
Oh,
do
no.
you think Popeyes
Yeah.
at this time was donating to charity? days down. Didn't have
We
food.
don't have time for
Do
that.
you know what we're doing that?
Yeah.
Independent business.
I know.
Johnson Monopoly's
So hard.
business, GDL Brasserie, the chef there,
Yeah.
Baron Engbers, amazing chef. I'm eating his food on Saturday at
Yeah.
GDL Brasserie. So excited.
Check it out, guys.
Yeah, GDL
Check it out.
Brasserie. It's in the East End, Leslieville, and he made tons of meals
Yeah.
for Community Housing of Canada.
That's amazing, brother.
He
That's
was giving
amazing.
food to, you call this organization called Second Harvest, they will drive up and take whatever food you have to give,
Oh,
and they
damn.
will give it to the people that need it. I make tons of bread every day.
Yeah.
Second Harvest is going to be hearing from me very soon. Like,
crazy.
I got all this bread where it's like, we don't want to freeze this.
Yeah.
Like, we're not making as much, like today, I don't want to talk about how many customers we got today. It was not good.
Yeah.
We're hanging in there, but like we need people to get out and go to your
Guys,
you
please
know,
support.
money's tight.
Yeah.
But treat yourself.
Money's tight.
How much money did you spend on Uber Eats the other day to get some sushi?
Let me check my social.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you got money.
See how my account goes. Yeah.
And we've got the patios. Everything's social distance. It's super safe. All
Yeah.
our employees wear masks. Most of these places, they wear masks. They
Like,
sanitize
for
their
real.
tables.
Yeah. So what can we do? So I mean, you mentioned one thing. Of course, support. Show up.
Support, but regular local businesses.
Yeah.
If you buy something from somewhere,
Yeah.
be that girl, be that guy. Take a picture of your food, put it
Yeah.
on the Instagram, and say, "Look at this food I got from this place."
You're so
People,
funny.
people
Seems
see
good.
that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
They like it, and they're like, "Oh damn, that burrito looks sick," or "Oh damn, yeah, I haven't had carpaccio in amazing in any time," or "What the hell's carpaccio? I
Yeah.
should probably try that."
Yeah.
Like. These businesses are doing really cool things to attract their customers.
Yeah.
Andrew Kaiser, now that he's allowed to let people inside, even before he was allowed to, he had his doors, windows open, and was performing jazz so the people on the roadside patio could listen.
Nice.
Like, they're doing innovative stuff
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
draw your attention. Go, see it,
Yeah.
enjoy your life. You don't have to limit yourself, just be safe. Don't be
Yeah.
stupid, wash your hands, sanitize, wear a mask if it makes you more comfortable.
Yeah.
They don't fully understand this disease yet. I get the concern. Go get tested then. I get tested at least once a month because I work with food and people and I see my parents every week. I don't want them to die. They're in their 60s.
No, of course not. Oh my God.
That's essentially manslaughter. Like, I'm not done.
Manslaughter by food.
Yeah. it's
But
not
like you said,
food,
that's
like
the last
food.
thing we want to think about.
Yeah.
Well, of course, but
Yeah.
like you have to think about this because we live with it every day now.
Yeah.
The things that we
Yeah, no
used to
doubt.
be able to do, like I still get sketched out going to parks and seeing how many people are there.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm just like,
Like, can't
I really
believe
hope
it.
all of you are safe.
Yeah.
I really hope all of you are taking precautions. I really hope this disease isn't herpes and stays with you forever.
Yeah. We don't
I've
ever.
been going
I'd rather go that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Doing a lot of like.
But they don't understand the disease enough yet.
Yeah,
It's
like,
across
it's gonna be
Think of
more
it's
of a
also like a cold. It's like the flu. You know?
Is it?
It's gonna be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same family.
It is
Yeah.
not herpes. Do not compare the two.
And how many
Herpes
people
may-
Sorry, I rescind my
That is a
I rescind
sinful
my
disease.
statement.
You know what I
plead
mean?
the fifth.
Have you seen it? Bro, I am a herpes.
Let's not. You're the one who's telling me let's not.
I got it.
You wanna have
I had
that?
to.
Open up that can of worms?
Can of worms! Oh my god, it's getting worse. Alright, I'm just playing.
But have you been on transit at all recently?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to. Dude, I had to
But you
move.
have to do it, 'cause you're-
If you went to a park and were scared by how many people were close together there, being on transit.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't sit down.
Okay, well then what about those who sit down and eat?
No, not in the beginning, not during the actual COVID times. There was I saw maybe about 2 people on each car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So
Right
I was
now.
standing, I wasn't touching anything, I had sanitizer in my pocket,
Yeah.
I had my mask on. I had to move during COVID.
Yeah.
It's like the worst time you could want to move, besides like a volcano erupting, or I don't know.
Of
Like,
catching COVID, that
like it was like, I go to people's houses and they're like, oh yeah, I'll show you the place, so
Yeah.
let me shake your hand. No, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
No offense, but no, like,
Yeah.
it's just some people don't, they weren't in the beginning especially, they weren't taking it, and some people still are not taking it
Oh no,
seriously.
there's gonna be people like that. Yeah, majority of people don't care.
Well, you were talking about it last week about like there's people protesting out to being like we can't breathe, and it's like are you?
Oh yeah, that was funny stuff.
Like, and they're standing there with their kids, and I was like,
Yeah.
There was a guy who like he smoked a lot and then wore a mask and did like a 10K run just to prove that he could wear this mask.
Stop this!
I set the example, and
Somewhere
as you
Terry
as a
Fox is
person,
rolling in his grave right now. He's like, this is not the run I
You don't have to be a freaking like what do they call the Instagram people?
Nah, whatever. Instagram
trending.
news, whatever.
Like you don't have to
Influencer.
be an influencer.
Yeah.
You know,
You have
but in your group of friends, the people around you, your collective.
Yeah.
Like set an example.
Yeah.
If they want to go out and they want to do something, be like, you think that's a good idea? Ask a question. Don't judge them. Ask a question.
Yo,
I'm the worst though.
I can't play
It
that
was
role.
me and Clement,
I
yeah.
want to be the negative Nancy.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be the down. Nobody wants to be the down.
So we
but
hope
at the
that our
same,
other friend is.
but at the same
Yeah,
time,
you're gonna be that friend.
I've got good friends.
We're gonna need Jesse by our side every time.
Dude,
This
it's
saw a guy with a clear mask.
oh jeez,
Yeah.
why would you do that? Yeah, that's really just it's all sweat. You can see all the
No, it wasn't
Oh.
that bad.
Hey, don't buy clear masks.
Which is actually another interesting question. So even with you guys, and like, how are you guys managing yourselves in the culinary spaces? Like, I know you said, of course, the sanitizing, whatever.
Well, the N95s, it's mandatory. So it's not mandatory to wear masks in your workplace.
Okay.
But our business, and a lot of businesses I know, have made it mandatory.
Yeah.
And we buy N95s. We have boxes of them. I'm like, Chef, it's hot. I sweat a lot. And he's like, hey, go through 3. Like, I don't care.
That's
Wear
good.
the N95s. And I was like, absolutely. Because you want people to feel comfortable.
Yeah, of course.
Even though I get tested.
Yeah.
And we work on our own stations. I apologize.
It's all good.
We work on our own stations, and I'm not really coming in close proximity to people most of the time.
Except today.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still.
It's true.
we're
I kept my feet as a too distant marker.
It's okay.
It's not exactly 2 meters, but like what, meter and a half? I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
I like Jesse, so I stay close to them.
But like, it's you gotta trust the people you're with, even though
Yeah.
you don't understand.
There's a lot of trust in this room, guys.
There's a lot of trust in this room, and
And no air conditioning.
no air conditioning.
Just
at all.
just for safe measure.
Yeah, I'm glistening right now.
Right.
You all seem very adaptable to this kind of climate. I am very much Canadian.
No, bro, we're the worst. We're Caribbean kids.
Dude, I've been in Avery's basement. It's like a
It's
it's
a
like
furnace,
a
right?
humidifier. I'm like, why would you
Welcome
want
to the Caribbean. We like it hot.
There's a
We
lot
like
of
it hot.
Bit hot though.
Sorry.
There's a lot of talk on the internet that heat is good for the virus. Keeps it.
It is.
Oh, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so
that,
this
that
is,
might be good.
this winter's gonna be the telltale. I've been talking to a lot of people about this.
Yeah.
Is the winter when November? Everyone thinks November second wave.
Yeah.
Because why? Because most diseases they hibernate in
Yeah.
cold. They survive. They thrive. They are okay in the cold.
Yeah.
But in the heat they die. You know, you can kill
That's
a fever
scary
with the
thoughts.
heat.
So what would we do with the local shops in December?
Oh,
Like,
snap, second
I'm thinking
wave.
like that now. You know what I mean? Like the second wave.
They
how are we going to
they
survive?
are preparing. They are
How?
Uber Eats. It's gonna Uber Eats, take
God
stuff
damn.
like that.
Uber Eats is
And we're
the
gonna be
king.
going back to the exact same thing we
Yeah.
were doing when we were all self-quarantining, even though we didn't have anything just to be safe. Because
Yeah.
we didn't trust, like going to the grocery. They're like, don't buy too much when you go to the grocery store. I'm sorry, I went to the grocery store.
Right? Like, who are you talking to?
$100
Yeah.
at Fiesta Farms, which is one of the best local grocery stores you can
Fiesta
find.
Farms?
Fiesta Farms.
Okay.
It's located right by Christie Pitts Park,
Nice.
just 1 block north between DuPont and Moore.
Yeah.
Fiesta Farms, everything locally supplied. They get stuff from over the borders as well, but you get a lot of really good locally sourced stuff there, and it's pricey, but like you can make certain things last. It's just how you eat. Like, yeah, don't eat that whole wheel of cheese.
Okay,
Not a
so
bad idea.
let me give you an answer to a question. So if I have, what's it called, 3 kids.
If
So, hey, so what are you trying to? Actually, you know what? You know what? It's true. I'm a good-looking person. That I'm not gonna deny.
you can be good looking and still have
You know what I'm
protection.
saying? And by the way, to all my big mamas and the child support, I'll get back to you soon. Thank you, Jesse. Thank
Sorry.
you. Now that that's out of the way, they are gonna know where I'm at now. So
Kensington Market, located at one plant. Come right now. Well, or come
748 5 Baldwin. We don't know.
No,
That's me. Guys, I really don't. I swear to God, I have not been avoiding. Kids have survived with me.
Yeah.
Alright? COVID, we survived. But speaking of kids, on the real though, if I have a family and like I cannot afford Fiesta Farms, where should I be going right now? And I'm really speaking about those again, low income housing and
Still,
even just me.
Go to your local
Yeah.
shops, like Bloor. I don't know if you guys have been up and down Bloor, like Bloor West, between like
Oh, that was a store
Bathurst,
called Bloor,
between like Bathurst
All the way down to,
and
like,
all the way down to like past Dufferin. Yeah,
Yeah,
54. There's tons of these little
Fair
markets
enough.
where they get locally,
Yeah,
well, that's a good area.
Yeah.
Locally sourced fruit, veg,
Nice.
and the butcher shops. Go to the butcher shop.
Yes.
They're not that
Little
expensive.
Italy, bro. Yeah,
Dude,
man.
Little Italy. Okay, there's this place
Please.
at St. Clair and like Dufferin,
Yeah.
just a block or 2 west. and it's called REMY. It's like TRESMARIE. It's a little pricey, but everyone's prices are one.
No, you have to tell us about the ones that are not pricey. We want the non-pricey ones.
Dude, you pay for what you get for. They gotta pay a lot of money to get the good quality products.
Yeah.
These businesses have to survive somehow. They can't get deals on everything, but they will have bundle deals. Bespoke Butchers, which is located at DuPont and around Spadina.
Gotcha.
You can find them on Instagram, Bespoke Butchers. You can find them anywhere. We'll have a bunch of links for you at the end, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure,
But they were doing preset butcher boxes where it was like, here's a college theme, here's a premium theme, here's an essential theme. And I knew lots of people who were very lucky to have really good jobs where they could afford to buy these boxes. They're like, anywhere from like $75 to $100, but you're getting a lot in there. And you're getting high quality, I'm talking Wagyu. These guys have a connection with PEI, which is one of the best Wagyu farms, if not the only Wagyu farm in the country.
Yeah.
Where like I went there and I got a Wagyu steak for me. No, I got a good. Yeah, I think it was Wagyu for me in Austin.
Yeah.
We both got a steak,
Axel.
and it was $20.
We're gonna get ours.
It was $20 each.
That's a good price.
That's a really good.
That's
That's actually
how
pretty
much
good.
steak costs. But this is Wagyu. Yep, they were like, I think they were 10 to 12 ounce steaks. They were big.
$20?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
$20 each, 24 $. These guys have deals.
Okay.
They are not trying to rip you off.
Yeah.
They want your business. They want a following. These secret,
wanna support.
you want to talk about secret? Oh, dude, what's these best hidden secrets in the
Yeah.
They don't want to be secrets. They want you to know about them. It's hard because there's so many places in the city. You get lost in the shuffle. But like these are the top places. I already mentioned so many of them.
And to be honest, I feel like most people get trapped in the price of no frills world.
Yeah,
And
for
those
sure.
places get
For
their
sure.
stuff a lot from the States, and the States are really bad with how they treat their animals. Every day you'll get a little email if you follow this kind of stuff. You'll be like, E. coli break on red onions.
Oh,
Red onions?
It's why.
Yeah.
Red.
Why?
Oh no, sorry, it was salmonella. Salmonella. It was but still like
Salmonella, man,
Don't
it's still
put your
salmonella.
onions with your chicken.
Right.
That seems like something you should know.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like, you guys were talking about this last week as well. Common sense is common.
Yep, it really isn't. Nah.
They don't, it's all about the bottom dollar. It's all about how much money can I make. And they're all saying like, oh, GMO free. Bullshit. No chicken's that big GMO free.
Yeah.
No way.
Not if we make them.
Well, we put him on the treadmill for half an hour and then he's jacked.
God damn,
No.
they actually did. I'd be shocked. I'd be amazing. Well, you know what they're saying. They're actually, I think it was KFC or someone. They said they were doing the first.
Kentucky Fried Cruelty?
Oh, that was hilarious. I couldn't even hold myself in for that one. Kentucky Fried Cruelty. I've never used that acronym or heard it in my life.
heard of PETA before.
Guys, we just, hey, hashtag this guy, man. This guy's on a roll right now. But they did say, let's just use KFC as the example. I believe they were. And they said they're going to use they're going to grow the first chicken that doesn't need to even be a chicken. Like, they're just growing the meat.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they did
KFC.
that. They did that. They were doing that with beef. They were doing that with burgers as well. They were making them in petri dishes.
Hey, what's your thoughts, by the way, on the, what's that burger called?
On the Beyond Burger?
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
I think it's great. I don't think it tastes exactly like a burger. That's baloney.
I would try it.
Sorry,
I'd give it one
what are you guys talking about?
The fake chicken. I give it one.
I give it still.
I would.
I believe the chicken we still eat is fake. Like, I'm still eating it. Anytime I step to McDonald's, I know.
It's juicing for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Some juice and salt.
The one weird thing they're doing with that restaurant though is they're gonna paint
Talking about
it green.
KFC?
It's not gonna be red.
Real quick, KFC.
People, you guys are gonna be high and people are walking into a
That's, I think, the point. I mean, that's the
You'll be
point.
like, what? Oh, we get chicken? Alright.
They're adapting to the times, bro. If we're not careful, Colonel's gonna end up being a black hipster. Or a gentrified pirate from New York. We already know.
They did change the whole thing.
Right?
That's free market.
He's gonna be rocking some Clarks.
Yeah, the
Shorts.
Kermit's gonna be the new head of KFC. He's gonna be.
Bro, if you're serious, I would actually. Are you joking? I would actually believe that. I would actually believe that. I would not even be surprised. Kermit. Yeah. That's hilarious.
No, I'm full of shit. Everything I've been talking about is an absolute lie. I'm kidding.
Guys, and we are gonna end the episode. I'm just kidding. So, actually, let's have some last thoughts because we are coming to the end.
We are, yeah.
I just want to say some last few words because I think. Thank you, Jesse, first and foremost, even just giving some of the spots that you mentioned. Because like I know for a fact, vegetarian or whether you're not vegetarian, like spices, your ingredients, that is key. And Uncle Starboy, we call him. I think there's two of them called Starboy, but I'm just gonna stick with the one and put them as all. And they have like this spices for days. Of course, I'm speaking to my melanin kids, so those of us who are not exactly down for the male and salt, and you need a little more spice in your life.
I feel very much attacked right now.
No, but you have Jewish, you have the Italian side, you got everything.
I'm not Italian.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I get that all the time.
I claim it, and I don't even know it.
Sorry, is this thing on? Let me
It is,
put this on the
it's
record.
definitely
I'm mostly Polish. But I
Oh,
talk a lot
snap.
with my hands, and Jews
You
and
know, I had some
Italians
Polish
have
sausages
very
the other day. That came out
similarities
wrong,
in
but I
their
didn't do
culture.
it.
Jews and Italians have a lot of similarities in their cultures. Jews have a lot of similarities in their
All of us have the same, as long as we don't eat that mayonnaise and salt, and you prefer
That's
bigger.
Danish, man.
Mediterranean, how Danish.
That's Dutch. They're
So
all
if you want to
about
avoid that,
fries.
Fries has spice. And even the meat thing, because I'm like, I know I keep saying cheap, no, not cheap, I keep asking about like lesser meats, but I don't mean that, I just mean at places that we can shop,
Right.
you know? Yeah, like stocking, like, and I think, and I really like
Go
what
to your
Jess was
local
saying.
stores.
Yeah,
man.
walk
That's
around.
good. Walk. Take a
Eat
walk.
those meats.
Take a walk in your area.
Yeah,
Go for a nice. It's beautiful weather right now.
it is.
The end
It
of
is.
June was terrible. Yes, stay at home, enjoy the
Yeah,
AC,
actually,
put your head in the freezer. I get it. Right now, it's perfect. Like if I can survive in this weather
You
with
can.
an extra shirt in my bag,
And he's a chef in a heated kitchen with a mask.
I drink 8 liters of water a day.
That's still, for me, that's still tense. I would still pray for him, alright?
I get by.
Hashtag pray for Axel and Jessie. Love them. Jessie to get back home eventually, and yeah, but AC to work. But speaking of which, you know another good spot, Colangelo, I think it's Colangelo Brothers.
What's that?
They're east side, and they're like, they're east side. So I think you have to get off at Midland. No, not Midland, like Scarborough Town Center.
Ooh, that's easy.
I know, yeah. So bro, this is for like the east end kids.
Unless you live in Scarborough, like no one's gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to.
Or unless you're like me and you really want deals, because
Okay, fair enough.
their
fair
meat
enough.
is dope.
I will go check it out. You have to bring me.
$200, that meat stacked up my fridge. I don't need to go nowhere for the next 4 months. And I'm only saying that because when COVID first hit, that was the last like hit I made in terms of meat, was that shop. And that lasted me from March, I think all the way up until like touch of June. And I was like blessed. And I'm talking about like I still had meat on top of that. Like I just didn't want to eat the steak anymore. Not steak, I didn't want to eat the, what I'm looking for. What's our, no, yes, the chicken. But I'm thinking more oxtail. Yes, I had a lot of oxtail, and I thought I needed more, but I realized that's my limit. Maybe I was just at my grandma's
They got
house.
goat? They
Yeah,
got
curry,
goat?
yeah.
Oh, dude, curry goat's the best.
Curry goat, oxtail. And I didn't I ate it and I got sick because I didn't realize you probably shouldn't eat that much oxtail.
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I was falling in love. I was really loving it. But I'm just shouting out Colangelo's. And again, any shops you guys know locally, please research, as Jesse's saying. Go into your local places, man. Support these guys because,
Seriously.
again, I don't know if you've stepped outside, bro, but I know stepping outside Spadina, that's my area. And I think it was Hot Wings. They are shut down after 15 years of good, solid business. First few days of COVID, shut down. That is it. And I think I'm really happy that Jesse mentioned these places because, again, we want to support you guys, man, and we want to also not pay $300 at Freshco when I could pay maybe $1.99 at you guys. Like, come on, man, let's make us some deals. Y'all are out there. We want to help you guys and support. Is there any places people should be looking on in terms of like maybe sites? Like maybe to find it for those who are very Google inclined.
Well, we're gonna have all the links for you on the podcast for sure, and on our mutual Instagrams.
Is there any places you check out when you're looking for news?
My Instagram, you can always hit me up and message me. It's
Yeah.
at Glutton for Photos. That's GLUTTONFORPHOTOS.
Yeah.
Ask me any food questions you want. Happy to answer.
He is the food
Happy
guy.
to help you out. Happy to point you in the right direction. But like, you can hit out. I'll go through all the places I talked today. Go to the Emmett Ray. There, you can find them at the Emmett Ray on Instagram. Go to the Doc Ellis at the Doc Ellis on Instagram. Go to the Avery at the Avery Brew Pub on Instagram. Ascari Inoteca, GDL Brasserie, Ascari King, Hilo Bar, EL Ruddy, Instagram. Social media is the world now. We have adapted.
Which is a good point. Store owners, a lot of you guys, I remember walking to a barbershop, my favorite guys, Lloyd Barbershop. They had a full email list, they're bringing everybody in, but nobody was gonna put this on Instagram.
No.
Meaning they weren't gonna like actually use the email list.
Yeah.
For for really anything. And I was so shocked because I'm like, this is such a smart idea. I think it was just to let people know, hey, the store is open.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But I was like, bro, y'all should like post it on Instagram. And
Well,
again,
a lot of them
food
don't
shops,
post. A lot of them don't post on Instagram.
store owners post it.
But
Food
you
guys.
know, they don't have time because they're too busy trying to
It's
run
true.
their businesses and survive.
We
So
get it.
It's
We
fine.
get it.
We can't all afford a marketing guy.
No, but it does. It
You
only
don't
takes
need
a
a
post.
marketing guy.
Yeah,
No, it's
it's
post.
true, but
Right?
like some people, like you know, the small, really small businesses, where
Oh, no, of course.
they're cooking all, they're doing all the cooking, they're doing
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
serving. Like you don't have time.
You
gotta,
don't.
you gotta.
But you know what you guys do have?
You gotta keep
Families.
your employee.
Use your niece. Use
And
them.
seriously, reach out.
Use them, bro. Pay them with the food that you were gonna give them anyways. This is easy.
And also,
And they'll
if-
hate you later
you
on,
know,
right?
when they found out they were working for free.
Exactly, but they are master marketers because between them and their friends making up their little chat list and trying to chop Tyler and whichever guy was there that week, they have time at least
Yeah.
for 1 second to post your shop. And this is not us customers saying anything. I'm surprised because Pizza is on a roll. Pizza Nova, they even had, remember that commercial where people sang the song?
Oh, God.
Again, COVID 2020, we still singing 4, 3, 9, The fact we
Let's
know
not
it.
promote them. We
The
don't
fact
need to
we know
promote
it,
them.
right?
They're doing it fine.
Yeah, exactly. So please, guys, hustle.
Yeah, come by Queen and Beaver, man. If you
You know
like
what?
good, authentic English food, fish and chips, burgers, we make these beautiful little pies.
That's
We get
what's up.
savory.
That's what's
so good. And also, I'm not a big sports guy, but football was the first game to come back. And I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
European football, not
Holy.
American football. They were the first sport
American,
to come back.
American football. We got Axel in the building. Remember, we're talking
That's
American
not
football.
football. No, we're talking European football.
Oh, real football. Okay,
Soccer.
sorry.
Football.
I apologize.
Totally
I thought we were
wrong.
speaking American. Yeah.
Okay.
For our internationally inclined listeners,
So we
yes.
thought you can come inside, and today there were people inside watching football.
That's what's
Socially
up.
distanced inside. We've got all your sporting things and all these places.
Portugal.
I saw a TV on the road the other day. And I was
Yeah.
like, these people are doing what they need to do
That's
to
what's
get
up.
you to get there.
That's
Like,
what's
they
up.
will accommodate you. We will accommodate. You want to change? You want to make all your mods on your orders? And
Yeah.
be like, you know, could I have this portion in the file? Yeah, we're gonna do it because
That's
we
what's up.
need you there, and
That's
we'll
what's up.
do what you need to do.
Yeah.
But come, try the food. Try all these places.
No
They're
doubt, no doubt.
awesome.
Yeah.
La Phoenix, so good. I'm going there on Tuesday.
Do you guys have any off the top of your heads? Do you good?
Well, just Paval, Deli.
Yeah, Paval's supposed to be
They
great.
have some really good
Yeah.
stuff on the West End for people.
Yeah.
Just past Dundas, just past Ossington on Dundas.
Yeah.
Some great meats there at a good price as well. I've never been to Bespoke Butchers, but I
Dude, you're good.
Smoke what?
Bespoke
Butchers.
Butcher.
Oh, I thought you said, I thought you gonna smoke who?
That's up on Big
Which B word is out here that you
Avery.
No.
So we just smoked it. I'm like, oh snap, I didn't.
No.
Maybe I didn't.
No.
Some basic
Unless
food palette.
it's smoked meats,
Yeah.
it's not gonna
It's
happen.
not.
Ah, yeah.
But there is actually a great barbecue spot out on in the East End. as well.
Yeah.
The
Which one
Art
is
Bar-
I've been to East End
Art
Steak.
Bar? Yeah, I've heard about
East
the
End
Art
Steak
Bar.
is hard.
Have you ever been to Electric Blood?
I've never been to
That place is, I don't know if they're still open. So Electric Mud, they've got Electric Mud Barbecue, and then there's Grand Electric.
Yep.
They're on Queen. So Queen, just west of Duffer.
Nice.
And it's the best barbecue food I've had in the city.
Urban
And
Ivy.
even their, like, you can get this thing called crack rolls. And it's just these nice mini little sesame slider buns.
Crack rolls?
And they give you smoked butter.
Yeah.
So it's
Whoa.
made with the smoked infused stuff that they've got going on in their smoker.
Yeah, yeah,
Use
yeah.
it with the butter. Oh my god.
I imagine
I
it's
could
amazing.
literally get diabetes if you have that. And be okay.
That's hilarious.
I'd be like, yeah, I deserve this.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That sounds good. Like the doctor's reading your report. So you went to
Oh, okay, cool. So if you go there one more time, you're gonna die. Okay, so I know the bar.
Yeah.
If I'm at the end of the road, I'll be like, well,
It's easy suicide rate.
time for one more time.
That's it.
It's a
That's
half
funny.
order of biscuits at that point.
Guys, not ever saying this store will actually kill you, but you know what?
No,
You're
they're
gonna take
amazing.
a
They'll
risk.
kill you in the best kind of way.
You know, Urban Annie, do you have any suggestions or any last remarks?
To be honest,
On
I'm
this
not
urban food out
really
here.
that kind of person that would hold on, I don't remember the names of a lot of places.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I would just walk in, I'll kind of just like, I'm the person that
That's
walks
the
around,
best.
and
Yeah.
then I'm just like, what's on the menu? And then we just pop in, and I remember where it is, I don't
Gotcha.
remember what it's called.
Gotcha.
You're not one of the ones who come in there and be like, what's the secret?
No, I don't
You don't
ask-
do that.
No.
Okay.
I don't ask for the secret.
There's no secret menu.
But I will say, I will tell everyone, like, just go outside, take a walk,
Yeah.
get some fresh air,
Yeah.
pick a
Straight up.
street every week and say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and explore the street and see
the entire city. We don't have that many hills. Bike around,
Yeah.
go on a journey, and then you're gonna feel so much rewarded when you get to this spot that you heard about on the east side, and you're like, I earned this.
And don't forget, guys, man. I mean, we still talk about, speaking of business again, Oakwood Strip on Eglinton, Oakwood Eglinton. Please support the Jamaican area right now. Little Jamaica is suffering hard. I just want to say that because I was there yesterday. You know what I mean? Yo, you know what I mean? So Randy's Patties.
Randy's Patties.
You know what I mean? Everybody who has been to middle school in Toronto, to high school, you don't know. You make your way to Mainshire. If you want some good, nice food, $5 a case, support these guys. Go to Mainshire. Go to Randy's Patties. Go to
Albert's.
Albert's.
That place is
Support, guys.
best
Support.
Caribbean food I've had in this city.
You know what I'm saying? And then wash it down. If you're feeling the ways, come down to one plant. Bun yourself a tank. If you are not that person, get a cookie. It doesn't matter. Just come support everybody, man. But in the food culinary, Toronto, I love because we have such international cuisines. And I think sometimes we really take that. I don't think we take it enough to heart. And we're so lucky, man. If I was born in Vancouver, all I would have is seafood and then some Chinese dumplings.
Well, like I said,
That is it.
cost of living here is so high.
Yeah.
We wouldn't keep living here if we didn't love it so much.
Exactly.
And all those, one last thing I'm going to touch on.
Yeah.
All those amazing events in the city are gone.
Oh man, yeah. Taste
No
the
more,
Dan
no more.
Ford.
We were talking about this last week.
Yeah.
Taste of Danforth's
Yeah.
gone. There's a Polish festival that happens. I'm
Yes!
Polish. I've never been
Yeah.
there.
We know
On
something. Yeah.
Nonsenseville.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to really go eat as much pierogies as I could.
Yeah.
I know there's not an all-you-can-eat pierogi place,
Yeah.
but I was willing to find out if I could eat all I could eat.
And we are gonna miss that. Just
And
explore
there's
food.
the
Yeah.
beer fest.
Yeah.
The beer fest was huge. The exhibition. Do you know how many times I went to the exhibition to be like, what weird shit am
Yeah.
I gonna eat this year?
Even though the exhibition's closed, you know what I mean?
It's
You're not gonna get that
closed.
favorite candy you used to get.
No, I'm not gonna be able to
Funnel
try
cake.
the deep fried pickle. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be able to try the chocolate chicken. I'm not gonna be able to go to France.
Everything you
France
said had a deaf
Every
certificate on
year,
it.
France
Yeah.
did a Thanksgiving sandwich that literally talking about it. I'm so hungry.
I know, I'm hungry to talk about that. Like, we already passed.
Yeah.
First of all, we were past 10 minutes ago, so let me just put that in.
I talk a lot.
It's all good. I want to get one more, just anybody in our special, in our audience right now, especially from our man Axel.
Shoutouts.
Axel, how do you feel about the food culture in Toronto? Have you enjoyed?
I do love it. It's one of the
Bro, we gotta bring it up so the ladies can hear the accent right now.
It's one of the main reasons why I came here. Actually, it was the music, COVID.
Oh,
okay. But the food is still here, and the food it's like amazing.
Well, then
You
you're
eat the
missing
same
the
thing.
jazz fest.
Yeah.
The jazz
You
fest we
can have
have.
Italian.
Yeah.
At the same day, you can have Jamaican, you can have Caribbean.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I love this is Jamaican.
And I
Nice.
discovered the Caribbean food.
Yeah.
A shout out to it's on the east side.
Hey.
Tropical Jaws.
Okay.
Hey, yes.
It's not cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's great. And
We're
when
gonna
you
say
see
cheap.
all the cops at lunch coming there, you know that it's great. Like,
Yo. Shout out Tropical Juice Man, East Side. We gonna find you and tag you, so you better make sure you tag us, right? And I mean, I'm loving the fact that Jessie brought Axel because again, it's nice to have the chef. When a chef brings his friends, that's when you know, because they're not gonna lie. This guy has made food for them. He's brought them places, so I don't feel Axel is going to lie to us. And I just want to ask you, Axel. Just again, I hate to explain it like that, being an international man. Wait, first of all, are you staying here? Like you got no choice but to stay here, or are you like?
I took the decision. Like I finished my master in
Yeah.
city, and I was like, I don't want to work.
Ladies,
I'm done.
ladies.
So I was.
He is single.
He is single. Are you single, sir?
I'm single.
Ladies, he's single. He has a very large palate. A very large palate.
A very large
Palate.
Palette.
I'll let you decide what that means. But let's just say it's
A large
it's Stop this. All right, and you know what? He's located at one plant right now. And again, if you're just passing by for your own beverage at one plant, we won't say what those beverages are.
How thirsty are you?
You know what I mean? How thirsty? Well, if you want some Paris, and you're like, not Hilton, the real, not even real Paris,
Not the real.
like the real France. We're not even joking. Southwest represented. All right, my last question to you, sir, is: are there any places that you found as an international, as an international kid coming in Toronto? Are there any places that strike you in the area of Toronto that you love? Like you touch that place and you're like, I'm going back again. Any spots?
Like
And Kensington, I know you're here, so we know that's a given.
Kensington is a great spot. I like the east side, like I like the residency vibe that you have and you're
Gotcha.
close to the city.
Yeah.
But you still like I love walk around. See what I've done.
It feels like a suburb, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that's the beautiful thing about all the boroughs in the city. Is they're all like it's like I don't feel like I'm in the city until I get to really the financial
Yeah.
district.
You're like
Yeah.
situated in the middle of the city, but
Yeah.
you don't feel in the city.
I like that.
So great.
Yeah, like little puzzle pieces that
I'm
really
sure
don't fit.
the
but
weed's
fit
pretty
together.
good
It's weird.
too, right? That's
weed's
the
pretty good.
yeah, the weed's
To our international kids, he has spoken.
Yeah, I'm pretty
French
sure
has
Axel will be
spoken.
visiting one plant, the shop right after this, just
Right.
to see what's up.
Disclaimer, none of us are doing that right now, okay? But we're
No.
saying make healthy choices. If you do, this is a place to be. Is there anything else, guys?
I feel like that you touched on everything.
I think I talked enough.
Oh, Jesse, you could never talk enough. You could never talk enough, man.
I'd apologize, but I don't think there's a point.
No, there's no point. We don't want you to apologize. You just have fun. For everybody else, again, if you guys even find some helpful things, man, drop it on our Instagram under Remy Creatives. And I'm not even gonna go through information because we all know the deal. Y'all just check us out. Listen to the podcast. Shout out to Jessie again as our special guest one more time. Shout out to Axel.
Shout out to Austin.
Yes, you know what? Yeah, Austin on the cameras. You know what? We should be there. He's not there with it.
And
And
Gerald.
OG Gerald. A gangster narrative in the building. And of course, my co-host.
Okay.
My co-host, Urban Annie and Avery. And of course, you already know what it is. It's Mr. JMaroon, aka Joel, aka Don't Make a Difference. Just tune in next time. Peace!